Hello, thank you everyone for joining me for informational meeting regarding the PTA Reflection Arts Program. For those that are new, I want to just share that this program has been around for over 50 years. It's a national PTA initiative. Therefore, each chapter of PTA at the schools can decide if they want to participate. This will be the fourth year that Bailey's is running the program, and we've always had a great participation rate. So we hope that you and your child are excited to learn about this year. The program itself stays the same every year. The parameters are the same, but the one aspect that changes is the theme. This year's theme is accepting imperfection. When your child participates in the program, they are going to reflect upon the theme accepting imperfections and then decide what categories they would like to participate. In the dance choreography aspect, it is a dance that your child is making up. It's their original dance. So this would not be a dance that they've learned in dance class or by watching a video online. This is their own original dance. If your child does film production, this means something as simple as videotaping your child on your phone. They can be videotaping themselves explaining something, reading something they wrote. It has to be an original work of art that whatever it is they're sharing or discussing, it's their own reflection. Literature category could be something as a poem or a short story. And music composition simply means your child can sing or play an instrument. You are not expected to turn in a sheet of music with music notes on it. It simply means you would videotape your child performing, whether they're singing or playing an instrument, of an original song that they created. And for photography, it would simply be a photograph that your child took. It could be whether it's a camera or a camera on your cell phone, and whether they do editing to it or not. That is what they would submit for this photography category. For visual arts, it could be anything from a drawing to a painting to sculpture. All types of visual arts are celebrated in that section. So those are the 6 categories that we have, and your child may participate in more than one category, but each entry must have its own submission form. Let's talk about the theme, accepting imperfections. That is the most important part about this program, which is why this program is not considered an art contest or a competition, but a reflection arts program. We want to know what children are thinking. We want to know what their thoughts and opinions are. So accepting imperfection means being okay if things aren't perfect. Accepting imperfection means being okay if things don't go the way you wanted them to. We don't have to be perfect to be amazing, to be incredible human beings. It's okay to try your best, even if things don't turn out exactly right. And sometimes making a mistake or an error can create new beauty. It could turn out better than what you were expecting. So that is the theme of this year. And we want whatever art your child creates, whether it be a dance, a song, or takes a photo of something, to reflect that theme and what their perspective on it is. So when they turn in their submission, judges will review their artwork, and it will be divided into 3 categories. The first is their interpretation of the theme, which is their reflecting, their thinking. Where the judges are going to look how closely the original work of art relates to the theme based on the artwork itself and the artistic statement that your child needs to write. We will talk more about that later. Your child can earn up to 40 points in that category. Next is creativity. How creative and original is the piece that they've made? And so you can earn up to 30 points. And then artistic technique, the level of skill demonstrated in the basic principles or technique of the arts area, so the technique in dancing or the technique in playing the instrument, they can earn up to 30 points. All of that totals to 100 points they can earn. So make sure that the artwork that they're working on is reflective of the theme. This is a chance for them to show all of their creativity, their imagination, and to do the best job that they can so that their technique is reflected in their work. This is a graphic organizer. All of our upper students have already received a hard copy of this, and we will also place it online so parents can print it out. But you could do this on any sheet of paper that you want. It's really just a way to brainstorm with your child. We find that the more you spend time discussing the theme, that the more they get excited about it because they have a better understanding and then have a plan of action. So you want your child to look inward and look outward. Tell yourself, I don't have to be perfect to be a wonderful human being. It's okay to try my best. So let's ask ourselves, what am I working on while I'm still trying to be my best? When is a situation where I had to learn to accept something not being perfect? Look outward. What does my teacher think about that? What does my community think about that? What do my parents think about that? What are examples that your child has seen, experienced for themselves, have seen others experience, have read about, have heard about, or seen a story about? So on this paper, they are simply writing some of that brainstorming. If your child's young, they could draw pictures. You could help them write it out as you guys just have a discussion. You could put things such as, I remember when I wanted to make, the soccer team and I didn't get chosen. How did you learn to accept that and discuss that with your child? I remember when dad interviewed for a job and then he didn't get it, but then a month later he got an even better job he was more excited about. So talk about all types of situations. Have you read a book about when you can remember a character breaking something and then being able to put it back together and seeing what it looked like when it was put back together? Even though it was broken, it was like a new piece of art. So these are all examples and conversations you can have with your child to help them understand the theme. And once they've had a chance to talk about it and you see maybe a certain thing that pops out during your brainstorming, that's when we want your child to begin to select on how they're going to show the theme through the category that they're choosing. Here are some examples. For visual arts, children could make a self-portrait and intentionally include the quirky or imperfect details about themselves, mismatched socks, crazy hair day, celebrate their unique traits. In photography, they could either draw or even take a picture of something imperfect, a crooked tree, a cracked rock, a flower missing petals. Music, a student sings or plays a classical piece, makes mistakes and turns it into some new modern beat. These are just some examples that to get you thinking of how they would pick a category that reflects the theme, accepting imperfections. So again, as I mentioned, not only do you want to make sure your piece reflects it, you're going to have to turn in an artistic statement. Your artistic statement does not have to be long or complicated. It could be as simple as, when I thought about accepting imperfections, it reminded me of, and therefore I decided to do a dance to this song because it reminded me of X, Y, and Z. Or I chose to take a photography because a photo of because it reminds me of and it makes me think of accepting imperfections. So it doesn't have to be super long, just enough to explain how their art relates to the theme and then maybe why they chose that specific category or how they created their work of art. The artistic statement should be about 10 to 100 words at most. It is a requirement, and the judges will use your statement to understand what you are trying to say through your art. So please make sure to take time and effort into that step. That's why I do find it most valuable when parents take time to discuss the theme, come up with examples, and then your child gets ideas about their art and they're deeply committed to that. Then writing an artistic statement should come pretty easily. Final details that are important to note. Again, I just want to remind everyone that this is an original work of art that your child is creating based on the theme. This should not be something that already exists, a song that they've learned at church. It is something brand new that your child is creating on their own. Students may submit more than one entry, but they must complete an entry form for each work of art. Students must submit their entries by Wednesday, October 30th. The winners for Bailey's Elementary, both primary and upper, will be submitted to the county level by Friday, December 13th. So therefore, after the winter break, winners for Bailey's Elementary, both primary and upper, will be announced at an awards ceremony on Monday, January 27th. For each of the categories and grade levels, there will be first, second, and third place winners. Those who place first will be sent to compete in the county level. And if anyone places at the county level, they will be invited to a county level award ceremony. And those who place first level at the county level will be invited to participate at the state level. This is a very exciting time for our school. We usually have had anywhere last year we had about 130 students participate. We've had about maybe 9 kids place at county level, and I think we've had 1 student make it to state. So our school is a school for the arts and science, and we love to see that our kids are sharing their talents, the gifts that they have been given, and that we're able to celebrate that. If you want to take a picture of this, this is the QR code for the entry form. I highly, highly encourage parents to please look at the entry form ahead of time. It'll require basic information like your child's name, your information, emails, addresses, phone numbers, but it will also request that you upload your child's work of art online. Therefore, if they did a visual arts, you will include a picture of that. If you took a picture for the photography category, you will include a picture. If you took a video of your child dancing or singing or performing or anything else in the video, in the film production category, you will upload that film. And that's why it's really important that you look at the entry form so you know what type of formatting you can upload things into. If your child is going to have a tangible work of art, such as a sculpture, a painting, a photography, or they wrote a poem and they can print it out, all of those things should also be dropped off at the main office of our primary and upper buildings. We will be creating an art gallery for the art award ceremony in January, so that is why we need everyone to turn in any tangible works of art into the office, as well as submit it online. The deadline again is Wednesday, October 30th, the day before Halloween. Lastly, each category does have specific rules. Most of them have like a length about how long a dance could be or how long a song could be or a video could be. And everything else is pretty self-explanatory. The only very specific rule that we have is that please do not include your child's name on the front of their artwork. So do not put their name in a video. Do not put it on the front of their canvas if they painted it. You can put that information on the back somewhere where it's not easily visible. When we send our artwork for our judges, we do it without stating whose artwork it is. So it does not have an identifier on it. So if you could please make sure to note that. But you can go on this QR code and you can go look at the specific rules for each category. Lastly, if you have any follow-up questions regarding how to submit your artwork or how the program works, please make sure to reach Mrs. Sorto, which is the Bailey's upper dance teacher. Her email is on the screen, and you can ask her any questions that you have, and she'll be happy to help you. I do want to state that we are here to support our students in turning in their entry forms. I know that Mrs. Sorto, myself, Marian Perez, our drama teacher at Upper, Mr. DeLeo, as well as our music teacher, Ms. Freeman, are willing to support our children in submitting their entries. However, when parents can support their child to do this at home, it is greatly appreciated. As you know, we have, between both schools, we have over 1,300 students, and so it's hard to help everyone. What we are requesting is that if your child does need help submitting their form, that is not a problem, but we are asking them to please come with their artistic statement, either handwritten out on a piece of paper or saved on their school laptop so we can copy paste. That'll make it a lot easier for us teachers and staff members to help them submit their work. Thank you again. We hope to see lots of entry forms and really challenging our kids to remember that they need to connect their work of art and their artistic statement to this year's theme, which is accepting imperfections. We can't wait to see you all at the January Awards ceremony. Have a great day.